Nectar and Bear are two memory foam mattresses with a lot of similarities, but which one should you get? It's exactly what I'm going to be talking about today. I'm going to be telling you what's similar about the mattresses, what's different, and telling you what kind of person should get one over the other, so stay tuned. So what's similar about these two mattresses? Well, they're in the same general firmness range. They have a pretty similar base layer. They have memory foam in it, and they have memory foam on the top layer. So they have some extent of that classic memory foam feel. So let's talk about what's different between these two mattresses. The Nectar is a little bit thicker, has a lot more memory foam. Bear just has 1 inch of memory foam versus 4 inches with the Nectar. So the Nectar will have more of that slow moving memory foam feel, whereas Bear will have more of a balanced foam feel. The Nectar is a little bit cheaper as well, and the Bear has sealant woven into the cover, which can potentially provide certain health benefits as well. Let's talk about the construction of each mattress and what the differences are. If you really want to get into the details, I'd encourage you to check out both our written and video reviews of both mattresses. Starting with the cover though, we have the Bear cover, which actually has sealant woven into it, which can potentially give you a cooler night's sleep and help you recover if you're an athlete. The Nectar actually has 1 inch of gel memory foam quilted into it, which is going to add some extra softness and pressure relief to the mattress. So now let's move on to the layers. Pretty similar base layer, but with the 1 inch of quilted foam in the Nectar and then 3 inches of memory foam, you're going to get a lot more memory foam overall. So you're really going to get more of that slow moving memory foam feel than you get with the Bear, which has 1 inch of graphite gel infused memory foam. Then 2 basically transition layers that'll prevent you from having too much of that memory foam feel. So you're going to be able to move around a little bit more easily on the Bear. It's going to have pretty good pressure relief, but you're not going to get that feeling of getting stuck. You're going to sleep more on the Bear rather than in the Nectar. So there's certainly some differences there. I think the firmness will end up being pretty similar, at least it was in my experience, but the overall feel is going to be different just because of just the quantity of memory foam. So if you really like that memory foam feel of just slow moving, quicksandy, sleeping in the mattress feel, that's what you're going to get a little bit more with the Nectar. As far as breathability is concerned, I think Bear pretty much one of the best memory foam mattresses as far as not sleeping hot. So I would give that a little bit of an advantage there. So there's definitely some breathability differences and some feel differences as well. Let's talk about differences in firmness and feel. As far as firmness is concerned, I put the Bear at about a 6.5 out of 10, the Nectar at a 6 out of 10. So I think the differences are very subtle. At least initially, I think the Nectar feels a little bit firmer, and then that memory foam slowly kind of gets to work, and then I feel like it's softer than Bear. But maybe initially it feels firmer than Bear, then eventually it feels softer after you slowly have that memory foam kind of melt away that pressure. So as far as feel is concerned, they both have very little bounce. If you drop a lacrosse ball, it'll just pretty much die in both cases. It's really just how much of that memory foam feel that you like. So with the Nectar, you just slowly sink into it. You feel that you sleep in the mattress rather than on the mattress. And then just given that there's only 1 inch of memory foam on top with the Bear and then a transition kind of latex-like polyfoam layer, you don't really get that full memory foam feel. It's more of like a balanced feel. So it's gonna be a little bit easier to move around. It's gonna kind of melt that pressure away, be really good with that, but it's just gonna be a different feel overall. So I would just kind of figure out if you really like that slow moving memory foam feel, and if you really do, then potentially Nectar could be the better choice. I'm going to talk through how I feel in different sleeping positions on both mattresses. Starting on my back, on the Nectar, I feel like it's a good match for me. My hips are allowed to sink in, the foam conforms well to the curves of my body. Just feel like it's a good match from a support perspective. And similarly on the Bear, I feel pretty much the same exact thing. So I feel like it's about a tie as far as which one is better supportive on your back. Switching on to the side now, on the Nectar, you feel some initial firmness, but slowly that memory foam kind of kicks in and that pressure kind of goes away. On the Bear, it's pretty good pressure relief as well. I would maybe say my slight preference is the Nectar for sleeping on your side. Switching onto my stomach, I feel like on the Nectar, it's just a little bit too soft for me. The Bear is kind of a little bit too soft, but if I had to choose between the two, I would say for stomach sleeping, the Bear is a better match for me. So we talked about the construction differences, and I've given my subjective opinion on firmness and feel. But now I want to give you a very objective test on how well exactly each mattress relieves pressure. We do that with a pressure map test. I get on a pressure map and lie down on my back, side, and stomach. And what's really important is the side sleeping results. And just in my subjective opinion, just from my experience and just looking at the results, both are good matches for side sleeping. The Bear does a little bit better on this test, but I think that's just because the memory foam of the Nectar takes a while to get to work. So I think if you're a side sleeper, both can be a good match for you.
Hey guys, Martin here to offer a different perspective. Joe's 5'9", 160. I'm 6'7", 230. I have a different body type. I want to give my experience on these two mattresses. So today we have the Bear mattress and the Nectar. In terms of firmness, I said the Bear was a 7 out of 10 and the Nectar was a 6 out of 10. In terms of sleeping positions, when I'm on my back on the Bear, I feel good overall support. When I'm on my side, I feel some pressure on my shoulders and my hips. And when I'm on my stomach, I definitely need more overall support. I'm kind of bowing in at my hips there. Moving to the Nectar here, on my back, even better support when I'm on my back. So I feel the kind of foam pressing up into my lumbar area, keeping me supported there. Moving to my side, a little bit of pressure at first, but then it kind of melts away and I feel little pressure on my shoulders and my hips. Moving on to my stomach, I still need more support there. I'm also kind of bowing in at my hips. So that being said, if you're a heavier back sleeper, both could work, but I think the Nectar's a little bit better. If you're a side sleeper, I would lean towards the Nectar. And if you're a heavier stomach sleeper, I think both might be too soft for you.
If you sleep with a partner, there's two additional things you want to consider when looking at a mattress. That's what we call motion transfer and edge support. Motion transfer is basically if your partner is moving on that side of the bed, is that motion going to transfer over to you or is it going to be isolated? Edge support is basically, can you sit on the edge of the bed? Can you sleep towards the edge of the bed without feeling like you're going to fall off? In the case of motion transfer, I would give Nectar the slight advantage. They both do a pretty good job, but Nectar has a little bit more memory foam in it, which does a very good job at isolating motion. As far as edge support is concerned, I would also give the advantage to Nectar. It just seems to do a little bit better job of preventing that kind of rolling off the bed feeling overall. So now let's talk about what you really want to know. Which one should you pick? Here the differences are pretty subtle, so it's going to be a pretty tough decision. So I think most people would agree that the Bear is just a little bit firmer. So if you're looking for something that's a little bit firmer, between the two, the Bear potentially could be the better choice. If you want more of a balanced foam feel versus really just like sinking into your mattress slowly like you get with the Nectar, the Bear could be a better choice. And it does have sealant woven into the cover, so potentially if you're an athlete, it can help you recover better. There are credible studies that show that that is the case. So I think potentially if you're a stomach back sleeper as well, just given that it's firmer, it might be the better choice, but again, it's a very close call on that front. As far as who should get the Nectar, it's a little bit softer, so if you're looking to get something that's a little bit softer between the two, Nectar could be the good choice. I found it to be a better match for me on my side, even though the pressure map results said something a little bit different. So I think if you're a side sleeper, it just has much more memory foam, so potentially it could be a better choice for you. And overall, if you'd like the memory foam feel, if you want to slowly sink into your mattress, sleep in the mattress rather than sleep on the mattress like you do with the Bear, then potentially the Nectar could be the right choice for you. So hopefully I've given you a good overview of what these similarities and differences are, and hopefully you have a pretty good idea of which one you should get. The differences are pretty subtle, so if you're still confused, you can just leave a comment below and I can give you a personal recommendation. If you're just getting started with your research, definitely head on over to mattressclarity.com. If you want to see a list of our top picks, you can simply Google Mattress Clarity Best Mattress. And once again, let me know if you have any questions.